if when people look at me and go like, Dak is not good enough to take his team to the Super Bowl, I'm like, well, what quarterback in the NFL can take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl? Tell me. Because I almost say the same thing, dog. Like, even if Pat Mahomes is the Dallas Cowboys quarterback and just say like Dak was in Kansas City, I say Dak goes to the Super Bowl at least one time and Pat doesn't. Like, I can honestly say that.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Shout out to my subscribers. Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Shout out to my new subscribers. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Ooh, there's a lot of talk out there in goddamn Cowboy land. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot going on, especially with Michael Parsons and him still trying to get his contract. TJ Watt signed his for $41 million a year. If we look at the history of the Cowboys, I think they're gonna make another mistake in making him the highest paid non-quarterback. We're gonna probably have the 3 highest paid positions in the NFL on our team. There's nothing to show for it. But that was just my quick thought on that. I know y'all done heard my opinion about what I would do with Michael Parsons or how I feel about him. So I don't really need to make no videos about that, but I did want to touch on a little bit. But getting into this video. Okay, so Wednesday I went live on my part 2 about what Brice Butler was saying about the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. But I don't know, my connection wasn't acting right. And a couple people, and one specifically, the real fan one, he wanted me to play the video again. So I said, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and make a video about it because I really wanted to play it in my live. But it didn't go down that way, so I'm going to go ahead and make this video about it. But the main reason why I caught this in the beginning was how there was a couple Dak fan slurpees, you know, talking about Brice Butler, talking about, yeah, he was speaking the truth. He was saying this. He was saying everything about the Cowboys, what was right. But see, they only played a portion of what, you know, Brice Butler was saying. Like I said, it was an hour and 8-minute video, and they played maybe 45 seconds to, you know, a minute, and they were just praising what he was talking about on that particular part. But they didn't play in the video I made, my part 1 video. They didn't talk about that. So I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna look at what he was talking about and what they touched on, or why they was using him as a source to confirm their narrative. So let's get right into it. This is gonna be like I said, this Tyler Dunn with Brice Butler on Go Long. That's his podcast. It's called Go Long. Tyler Dunn. So let's get right into this, bro.
I mean, that first year, you're a Aaron Rodgers to Jared Cook miracle away from hosting the NFC Championship game. I'm sorry, Bryce, but that's as close as Dak has come, right? And he's been to the playoffs, 5 times, and 9 seasons. He's been more than solid. I mean, he's been a star at times. 2023, he's a legit MVP candidate. I think he finished second in the voting. He threw for 45.
This shit right here, what they be talking about him finished second in voting. I wish they would tell the truth and speak on the real system of how they keep the points and how they tally the points up and shit from the votes. The guy did not get not one first place vote. You get 10 points per first place vote. And you add up all your votes, whether you get a first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. And they go down, I know first place vote is 10, and then it go down to like 7, and then it go down to like 3 and shit like that. I can't remember the totality of it, but that's how they keep score, and you get points on how many votes you get. Lamar Jackson got 493 points to Dak Prescott 152, and they keep bragging about that shit. But let's move on.
100 yards, 36 touchdowns. So we've seen like these moments from him. Like, yeah, he is in this upper echelon. Yeah, you can win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott, but
No,
it's been almost a decade. I feel like the whole world's having the Dak Prescott debate in this dead period of the NFL calendar. What do you make of his career? And can he get Dallas to that next level? It's always about that with the Cowboys. Can he get there? Or is Dak who he is at this point?
Right. It's you know what, that's so tough to answer, right? Like it sounds like a loaded question almost. Like, can Dak take a team to the Super Bowl? I do think he can take a team to the Super Bowl. I think he's a leader enough to do so. Like just how I thought Tony Romo was a great leader. You know what I'm saying? I just think, I don't know. I think there's just so much with the Cowboys organization that goes into what happens and what product gets put on that field. Like,
see, this is the narrative. It's always the organization. Now, I'm not saying the organization doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's like they put 90% of it on the organization, bro. Even though Jerry Jones and Stevie Jones still put talent on that field. You know what I'm saying? But that's their narrative. That's the Dak fanboy Slurpees narrative. It's Jerry and Steven fault.
Almost sounds like especially when you're a football guy that's been in Dallas and like, you know, you cover the team, it almost seems disingenuous to like say that a quarterback is the reason why the team can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I look at somebody, if when people look at me and go like, Dak is not good enough to take his team to the Super Bowl, I'm like, well, what quarterback in the NFL can take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl? Tell me. Because I almost say the same thing, dog. Like, even if Pat Mahomes is the Dallas Cowboys quarterback and just say like Dak was in Kansas City, I say Dak goes to the Super Bowl at least one time.
Bullshit.
Like, I get.
You hear this guy? See, that's what they that's what them Slurpees was talking about. And see, this is the reason why I even went to this guy's channel to look up this video, because I'm like, damn, they just, you know, they bigging up Brice Butler for just one part of what he's saying. I could play both parts. And that's what I intended to do in my live. And even in this part, you're gonna see he's gonna kind of still be like, Dak shouldn't be there. You know, in my other video, I was saying he said Dak is not like that. But as we go on in this clip, you're gonna listen to him basically say that Dak still ain't like that. He's not that guy. He should have really been gone. Let's get it.
Like, I can honestly say that, because it's different, dog. Like, when you look at the organizations, I think we probably had these conversations, bro. Like, it's bigger than football in Dallas.
Yes.
It's bigger than football in Dallas. Like, you're in a situation to where if you don't go to the Super Bowl, the team or the organization that stars still gonna bring in $6 billion a year or whatever they bring in, right? And like, they're not really tripping. Whereas other organizations, right? Like, a lot of these just like owners out the way, like they're letting the business be the business. It's like, if you don't make it, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't make it, like, your job is on the line, right? Like, it's not like, oh, like, what does the Chiefs logo look like, or what does the Eagles logo look like in these stores or across the world globally? It's more so, we have to win a Super Bowl. Like, we have to go to the Super Bowl. Like, if you look at the Eagles the last 10 years, I mean, do they have better football teams than the Cowboys? I would say no. I mean, if you think about it, like, in 2016, we were 13-3. We lost, by, what's his name? Max Crosby, my guy. we lost to Max Crosby, Aaron Rodgers, Jared
I
Cook,
thought it was
Jared
Mason
Cook, Gwinnett
Crosby.
High, I'm a Gwinnett County guy, hey. But then, the following year, the Eagles have the same exact record. They're 13-3. They beat us the last year in the last game. We beat them the last game. And they go change their quarterback and then win the Super Bowl, right? For them, it was more of it's all or nothing. They went and got it done. Where and it's like that from top to bottom. And then when is it Peterson was their coach at that time? Is that his name? Yeah. Doug Peterson. Then he started slipping. Their quarterback that I think was with the Chiefs last year, the boy from North Dakota, or North Dakota State, whatever, South Dakota State, I think, whatever. He doesn't pan out, so they get rid of him. Y'all are done. We're tired of this. Y'all are out of here, right? And then they bring in another coach. They bring in all these players. They make all the acquisitions they need. They lose one to the Eagles. Not the Eagles. They lose one to the Chiefs. They made it, but they lost one to the Chiefs, right? Then they go back. The following year, they look just as good. And then I would like to say Jalen Hurts was hurt, and their team just kind of wasn't right. He wasn't right. So they had a great record. They were 10-6, but they just didn't look right or whatever. And then they went to the playoffs, and they lost to Did they lose to my boy Baker? Did they lose to Baker that year?
Oh, yeah.
They lost to Baker. They went down to Tampa and Baker dotted them up, right? And so, and then you hear the way that they were talking, the players and the coaches and all that, they were not happy that their season ended that way, right? They were pissed, and it was almost yo, if Sirianni don't get the job done this year, they're gone, they're out of there, right? And guess what? They do what they were doing the last couple of years, but then they sealed the deal. You know what I'm saying? They go get their revenge on the Chiefs, right? And they sealed the deal. And you could see there's an urgency there with Philly. Even with the fans. There's
I can't get with him on this point. And sometimes it don't seem like it's an urgency with the Cowboys. I can understand him on that point. I can agree with him on some of the stuff he's saying about the organization, though. How they take their time with shit. But like I said, I made a video about signing Dak Prescott. It was not about winning the Super Bowl. It was about a business deal. So I can give you credit on that one.
There's an urgency. We have to do it now. Or it's a wrap. You don't honest to God, you can tell me if you think opposite. I don't think there was an urgency within the Cowboys organization with the head coach and anything that's been going on the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay, y'all. Now, peep him out. What he about to say after this? Listen very closely what he gonna say after this point.
McCarthy was just you know what, y'all don't want to extend me. All right, I'm out. It wasn't you ain't got the job done. You're gone, Bucko. It was we'll sign you to another 1 year or 2 year small deal. And he was just no, I'm not doing that. You're wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? I won 12 games a year. You're wasting my time, which fair, right? But there's no sense of urgency. Whereas I can almost guarantee you, if Andy Reid and Patty Mahomes the next 2 to 3 years start going 7-9, 7-10, there's gonna be we're getting rid of Pat Mahomes, we're getting rid of Andy Reid talks.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, this the shit they ain't play because he talking about Dak Prescott. He ain't getting it done. Mike McCarthy ain't getting it done. If that quarterback coach duo ain't getting it done, they gone. That's exactly what his point when he was talking about Ossie with Dak Prescott. So he can say Dak Prescott couldn't win a Super Bowl in Dallas or it's the organization, all that shit. No, bottom line, basically what it came down to was the quarterback. But you see, the Dak fanboy Slurpees, they not going to play everything in context. See, that's how they do. See, he said some things that I don't agree with that makes their point. But overall, the things that he said that I agree with, it outweighs their one single little point. In the video of my part one, my live, and this actually, yeah, this part two of part two. Shit. But that's basically what he's saying. If Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes start losing, or they out of there.
There's gonna be, we're getting rid of Pat Mahomes 7-10. There's gonna be, we're getting rid of Pat Mahomes. We're getting rid of Andy Reid talk. Like, it's gonna happen, and it's not gonna just be media driven. It's gonna be driven from the organization. That's what I'm trying to say. I think when it comes to the Cowboys,
bro. He said it. Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes will be gone. Basically, what he was talking about, Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy, with no sense of urgency going on with the organization about the play of the quarterback and the coaching of the coach. They've been gone. Yo, this is JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.
I'm glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
More people get to look at our brand and get to look at us, which at the end of the day benefits all of us.